Hi, You Can Heal family. Now, I'm in my car because I'm waiting to go into an appointment, and I was going to read chapter 3, but I figured I'll just record myself reading. If you want to look at my face today, I don't know. But that's what we're doing. We're changing it up a little bit. My name is Shena Major, and we've been reading through the Old Testament. We're growing together in the Word and getting to understand a little bit about how the Old and New Testament work together. So it was interesting yesterday hearing about the two brothers, right? Now, what are their names? Now Jacob and Esau, right? How that was woven together. So today we're reading Deuteronomy chapter 3, and we'll see what God has for us. Amen? All right, here we go. The conquest of Og. Next, we headed for the land of Bashan, where King Og and his army attacked us at Edrei. But the Lord told me, "Do not be afraid of him, for I have given you victory over Og and his army, giving you his entire land. Treat him just as you treated King Sihon of the Amorites, who ruled in Heshbon." So the Lord our God handed King Og and all his people over to us, and we killed them all. We conquered all 60 of his towns and entered Argob region. We conquered all 60 of his towns, the entire Argob region in his kingdom of Bashan. These were all in his kingdom of Bashan. Now listen. Sorry, I'm over here just messing up these verses. Verse 5 says, "These were all fortified cities with high walls and barred gates. We also took many unwalled villages at the same time. We completely destroyed the kingdom of Bashan, just as we had destroyed King Sihon of Heshbon. We destroyed all the people in every town we conquered, men, women, and children alike. But we kept all the livestock for ourselves and took plunder from all the towns. We now possessed all the land of the two Amorite kings east of the Jordan River, from the Arnon Gorge to Mount Hermon. Mount Hermon is called Sirion by the Sidonians. The Amorites call it Senir. We had now conquered all the cities on the plateau and all Gilead and Bashan, as far as the towns of Selcah and Edrei, which were part of Og's kingdom in Bashan. Incidentally, okay, I saw something out of the corner of my eye, sorry. Where am I? Incidentally, King Og of Bashan was the last of the giant Rephaites. His iron bed was more than 13 feet long and 6 feet wide. It can still be seen in the Ammonite city of Rabbah. Oh, that's interesting. It's a big bed. The next section says, land is granted to 2.5 tribes. Verse 12, when we took possession of this land, I gave the territory beyond Aroer along the Arnon Gorge, plus half the hill country of Gilead with its towns, to the tribes of Reuben and Gad. Then I gave the rest of Gilead and all of Bashan, Og's former kingdom, to the half-tribe of Manasseh. The Argob region of Bashan used to be known as the land of the Rephaites. Jair, a leader from the tribe of Manasseh, acquired the whole Argob region in Bashan, all the way to the borders of the Geshurites and the Maccathites. Jair renamed this region after himself, calling it the towns of Jair, as it is still known today. I gave Gilead to the clan of Machir, and to the tribes of Reuben and Gad I gave the area extending from Gilead to the middle of the Arnon Gorge, all the way to the Jabbok River on the Ammonite frontier. They also received the Jordan Valley, including the Jordan River and its eastern banks, all the way from the Sea of Galilee down to the Dead Sea, with the slopes of the Pisgah on the east. At that time I gave this command to the tribes that will live east of the Jordan. Although the Lord our God has given you this land as your property, all your fighting men must cross the Jordan, armed and ready to protect your Israelite relatives. Your wives, children, and numerous livestock, however, may stay behind in the towns I have given you. When the Lord has given security to the rest of the Israelites, as he has to you, and when they occupy the land the Lord your God is giving them across the Jordan River, then you may return here to the land I have given you. Now, there's one more section called Transition of Leadership, but I'm sitting here, and where I'm parked, this is the exact park I sat in, because there's a tree directly in front of me where I came out of my counseling appointment. So that's the appointment I'm getting ready to go into. And that's when I decided, I'm finally going to follow through with my divorce. So as I was reading, and I know this just doesn't happen to me, but as I was reading, I was reading, but I was thinking about that day, and just really reading and reflecting and going through that, because I remember the conversation I had with my ex-husband before I went into the appointment, actually, because I was on one of those cycles where we were going to reconcile. But that oh dear, I hope you guys have been able to hear me the whole time. But that conversation I had that day in particular was very eye-opening for me, and it really propelled me into making a permanent decision. So counseling is good. Counseling is good. If you need to straighten some things out, find someone you trust and understands you, and don't be afraid of it. All right, so I shared that if you wanted to know, because that's what I was thinking. So let me finish up so I can get in this appointment on time now. I shouldn't be in the parking lot and not get in there on time. So verse 21 says, transition of leadership. At that time I said to Joshua, you have seen all that the Lord your God has done to these two kings. He will do the same to all the kingdoms on the west side of the Jordan. Do not be afraid of the nations there, for the Lord your God will fight for you. And I just love hearing that. The Lord fights for me and you. So no matter what battle you're up against, it belongs to the Lord. He goes before you. Verse 23, at that time I pleaded with the Lord and said, O sovereign Lord, I am your servant. You have only begun to show me your greatness and power. Is there any God in heaven or on earth who can perform such great deeds as yours? Please let me cross the Jordan to see the wonderful land on the other side, the beautiful hill country, and the Lebanon mountains. But the Lord was angry with me because of you, and he would not listen to me. That's enough, he ordered. Speak of it no more. You can go to Pisgah Peak and view the land in every direction, but you may not cross the Jordan River. But commission Joshua and encourage him, for he will lead the people across the Jordan. He will give them the land you now see before you. So we stayed in the valley near Beth Peor. How interesting is that? Like, when God makes up his mind, he doesn't change it. They were not getting in. Only Joshua and Aaron, right, were getting in. And that's a word, right? When we make a decision about something, stick with it. Like, don't renege on yourself. You made a decision about something, follow that decision through if you know it's going to serve you well and it's in your best interest. Okay? Don't be afraid to make good, hard, tough decisions. So that's my thoughts on that. Yeah, God was like, you're not going to cross. I made up my mind. And we need to be like that too. Let our yes be yes, our no be no, and make up our mind on some things. Amen? So thanks for spending the morning together. For me, it's about 6 o'clock in the evening, but this video is coming out in the morning. So I'm trusting, and I know you're going to have a superb day, right? It's going to be a good day. So it'll be Friday. And just have a fabulous Friday. Enjoy yourself. Yeah, and look forward to the weekend. Spend some quiet time. Don't forget to have some quiet time. And hey, we're going to be on our call Saturday morning, 7 a.m. So if you're not signed up, don't be shy. I'm not going to bite. Go ahead and get on the call. Email me at Shena@ShenaMajor.com, and we'll be talking about our thoughts and going through the Brooke Castillo model. It's always a good time. I hope to see you there. I love you. Keep staying in the Word. It gives us life. Amen. Always remember, true healing begins with self-love. Why? Because God is love and He lives on the inside of you. We'll talk soon. Bye.